Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new review. This is one of the most exciting codex I bought in the last month. Is the Khorne Daemonkin. I was not expecting to have this type of codex, so it was a very pleasant surprise for me that the Games Workshop decided to release this type of codex. And yeah, and I want to go to make a look on that. I will go through the book and I will, as usual, focus more on the rules, but I will share some of the art and some of the other things that we have in the book. So this is a normal codex. It's not by far any extension. It's 115 or 118 pages. A very nice piece of art. We have some pieces of art that are borrowed from the demons and from the Chaos Space Marines. But we have also some unique. I love this cover, for example. Here we have the typical picture of miniatures. Always some bloodthirsters. Okay. So here we have more art. I think I never seen this before, so this is new. So of course it's starting explaining a little bit what is the Khorne Daemonkin, what it consists, the blood for the blood god, and you will see that it's everything about gore and blood and killing and assassination, and everything is about that. So here we have some of the Khorne Infernal Legions. Also, what is interesting, they start talking about how the units are numbered and different ways, and how the different Khorne cults are organized. So they go deeper in the Khorne organization. We have different Khorne cults, different Khorne symbols, also some the typical so how it's called this. So the chronology of the gods. Here, what I say, you see that we have some borrowed art from other codexes, but it's okay for me. So and then explain what is the Chaos Lords and the Bloodthirsters and the Bloodletters. So they explain a little bit each unit in deep. So yeah, and you will see that this is a combination of Chaos and Space Marines and Demons. So, and it's very interesting the choices they did. And I think you can make a very nice and fluffy army from that. You can see here, you will have the Filers, and you will have Soulbinders in that army. So it's, and then of course, the Lord of Skulls could not be missed. And we have the the Force Fence and the Maul Fence. So very interesting. Here some color schemes. Of course, Khorne is red, bronze, and sometimes bone, and sometimes black. So this is, as you can see, also how they number the units. So very simple and very prima, but I think it's what is matching with the Khorne. So it's go to very basic and prime symbology. They don't want to lose time on symbology. They just want to slaughter, to kill, and to do carnage all over the battlefield. So here we have other symbols, how are numbered, more piece of art, more pictures. So this is I will go fast on that. So we have all these nice piece of art, and then let's go to the rules. Okay, see here we have the rules, and the first thing is that there is a new trend on the books, and it's quite interesting. It started, I think, with the Necrons, was repeated with Harlequins, and now it's repeated again with the Force of Khorne Daemonkins. So you have. In that case, we have troops, so it's not like the Harlequins that we don't have troops. We have a complete codex, as I said before. But you can choose Battle Brothers, you can choose Unbound, as usual, and then you can choose this type of organization that is very similar to the Necrons ones. So we have a big block that is mandatory. You have to take one of these big blocks, okay? And this big block is composed by a Chaos Lord, or Herald, or a Demon Prince, or a Bloodthirster. Then you have to take 2 to 8 units of Chaos Space Marines, Berserkers, Bloodletters in any combination. you need to take 1 to 4 units of Possess, and then you can take 0 to 2 units of Spawns and 0 to 2 units of Cultists. And this is going to be your basic. And then if you take that, you can take one group of Lord, that the Lord is composed by one Bloodthirster of Fury, or one Bloodthirster of the Insane Range, or one Wraith of... So one of the Bloodthirsters, or one Khorne of the Lord Skulls. So this is the Lord of Skulls, is the big machine. And then you have, like in the Necrons, different groups. You have the Brazen, Oathlight, the Counts, so this is mainly Terminators. You have the Khorne's Bloodstorm, that is mainly Raptors and Flying and the Helldrake. You have the Gore Pack, that is the Bikes and the Fleshhounds. Then you have the Carnal Cohort, that is mainly Bloodletters. And then you have the War Engine, that is one of the War Engines that can be a Hellbrute, Defiler, Soulgrinder, Forgefiend, Maulfiend, or the Lord of Skulls. So it's one of the machines. And if you take one of these choices, you can take 1 to 8 choices. So you can take, for example, this and 8 machines. Or you can take this and any combination as you want. So it's very similar to what we have shown on the Necrons. And if you do that, of course you lose objective secure. And then what you win is that you have the Blood Frenzy. So at the beginning of each of your turns, before deciding whether or not to expend the Blood Teeth points, you automatically generate 1. So you have by default 1 Blood Teeth. You don't need to do anything. So you start with 1 Blood Teeth from turn 1. This is very interesting. If you will see the table of Blood Teeth can be very interesting for your army. And then of course you have the rule that you can reroll on your Warlord traits. And the Warlord traits in this book are not bad neither. We have again the list of equipment, and I will go now unit by unit. I will not go very deep because some of them are also. You will see that all the units are coming from Chaos Space Marines or Chaos Demons, and we have some new Bloodthirsters combinations. This is the mainly new. But for me, what is very new here is the formations and the type of organization. So you can do, of course, how it's called this. You can organize the normal. I forgot now the name. The Battleforge unit. So if you want for Battleforge unit, you have as a HQs, you have the Chaos Lord. Chaos Lord, of course, all of them, I will not repeat, all of them are or Mark of Khorne or Demons of Khorne. So if it's a Space Marine, have the Mark of Khorne. If it's a Demon, have the Demon Khorne special rule. And all the units have Blood for the Blood God. That is that, I will explain at the end, I can explain it now. All units have Blood for the Blood God, and all the independent characters and characters have skulls for the Skull Throne special rule. So I will cover first these special rules, and then we will go to the units, because I think these special rules are very fluffy and are very tailored to the Khorne. So first of all, let's go for the Blood for the Blood God. So what it's telling you is that if a unit is killed, doesn't matter if it's a friendly unit or enemy unit, you win 1 Blood Teeth. Teeth, yeah. If a character with the Blood for the Blood God special rule is slain or is slain enemy in a challenge, so no, if a unit that have the rule is slain or slain something, you will give also 1 Blood Teeth. And then the Blood Teeth you have at the beginning of your turn, you can choose or not to use your Blood Teeth points. If you use them, you go the counter back to 0. You cannot use just a couple of them and keep the other one for the next turn. If you don't want to use them, you keep it for the next turn, and then you can accumulate them to go to the lower in the table. Of course, if you go from top to low, the things that you get are much better. So if we start from the beginning, the first one, if you have one, that is the one you get for the by the basic formation, is all friendly units with the Blood for the Blood God special rule have Adamantium Will special rule, so it's quite good. If you go to the second one, then all friendly units with the Blood for the Blood God special rule have Furious Charge and Rage special rule. So yeah, if you have generating one blood teeth, and then additionally, by any reason, you kill a unit or one of your units is slain, and the cultists of chaos can be one of these units, then automatically you win another one, and then all your units will have furious charge and rage. So what is quite interesting, that if you can spend 3 points, all friendly units with the blood for the blood god special rule have feel no pain until the next turn. So it's also very interesting one. You will see that it goes higher, and then we have the apocalyptic fury that all friendly units with the blood for the blood god add 1 to the attack characteristic. Imagine all your army will have +1 to the attacks. So this is a lot of attacks added to your army. Then we go, the next ones are all summoning abilities. So this here you can summon 8 blood letters or 5 flesh hounds. The next one you can summon 3 blood clashers or a skull cannon. In this one, you choose one of your characters, have to pass a leadership test, and if pass a leadership test, you put a demon prince that have the forge and the demon forge armor and have wings if you have the miniature with wings. And the last one, you substitute your character by bloodthirster. So if you manage to get, but it's going to be quite difficult. You have to do a lot of carnage to be able to summon a demon prince or a bloodthirster. But I think it's a rule that is very nice, because it's really capturing the nature of the Khorne. That is, doesn't matter who is dead. So what is important is that there is blood on the battlefield, and this is what is generating the points. And then if we go for the other rule that was skull, let me just cover the other rule, that is skulls for the skull throne, also in page 110. Okay. And should be here. See, all models with the skull for the skull throne special rule must always issue and accept challenges whenever it's possible. If you have several models with this special rule in a combat, you can. So it's like the Chaos Space Marines. They are obliged to do that. So you always have to issue or accept challenges. So I think this is a great. I will cover also, now that I'm here, the Warlord traits table, that I think it's also quite interesting. So, and then we go back to the different units, and I will explain some of the I consider key equipment that we have in the book. So we have then here we have the icon of the war. Then your Warlord and all the friendly units with the blood for the blood god, a special rule within 12 inches, roll all fairly charged rolls. This is very interesting. So this is helping you a lot. This is giving fleet to your Khorne guys. The next one is giving Zealot. The next one, your Warlord have 1x additional attack. Then maybe this is one of the less interesting. Your Warlord generates 1 additional blood teeth point each time he's laced. This is quite good. If your Warlord can, because you want this, your Warlords here are made to kill, so you don't want to keep your Warlord as a supporting. This here, everything wants to go to do carnage. Your Warlord has the preferred enemy special rule. I think this is also quite a good one. And the last one is one resolving the dark apotheosis of Furium. When dissolved, the dark apotheosis of Furium Bone results on the blood teeth. So if you manage to go for the bloodthirster or for the demon prince, you pass automatically the leadership test. I don't think you want to kill your Warlord to summon. You want to kill one of your paladin, one of your champions, but you don't want to kill the Warlord to summon a bloodthirster. If you have all these points, and I don't think it's going to be easy to go to 7 to 8 points. I think normally you will start using the boosting, unless you want to save your points during all the battle to summon at the end of the battle a bloodthirster. That can be a way to unbalance completely the battle in the last stages of the game. So then we go to the, here I will go back and forth first when we talk about the HQs, because I want to explain some of the equipment that we can find that I found interesting. So we have the Warlord, okay? The Warlord, and of course have to have the Mark of Khorne. And the Warlord have access to a lot of different equipments, can personalize, and the Chaos Lord, sorry, can be personalized in a very different ways, and easily you will go over 200 points. Or you can go very easily to between 150 and 200 points. So can we equip it with Terminator armor, as we see here? By default goes with the, it's called this, with the power armor. Have not out of the case, so you have to put him an invulnerable save if you want. How I see this Warlord is, yeah, there are different choices, but what I find interesting for the Warlord is that you have the Sigil of Corruption that is giving the 4+ invulnerable save. You can also give him, it's the Hour of Decay of Dark Glory, sorry, that is also the 5+ invulnerable save. You can give them to him. And what is very interesting is the Axe of Khorne. The Axe of Khorne that you can give to your Warlord is an AP2 weapon that strikes at initiative. So here we have the Axe of Khorne, and you see that it's a melee, have the Decapitating Blow, and it's a specialist weapon. You lose the +1 for a secondary weapon, so you can combine this with a combi bolter. And what is interesting is the Decapitating Blow. It's doing instant death on 6s when wounding, and it's AP2 without losing your initiative. So I think it's a very interesting weapon. If not, you have the normal weapons that we have in all the armies, but I think this is the one. There is another one that is that I think is also made for the Warlord. That is called, it costs, if I'm not wrong, 50 points or 60 points. It's quite expensive one, but it's really adding. Let me check here. Yeah, it costs 60 points. So it's like a Axe of Khorne, okay, but the thing that is giving additional, so I will go here because I don't want to mislead you on the explanation. So what it gives you, so you see it's strength of the user, AP2, have melee, Cage Fury, Decapitating Blow, like the Axe of Khorne, a specialist weapon, and Cage Fury, what it says is when your Warlord is killed, when not the Warlord, the one that is carrying this weapon is killed, automatically you put a Bloodthirster like 6 inches from where he was killed. This Bloodthirster, of course, is going to be suffer like instability and will lose 1d3 wounds at the end of each of your turns. But imagine you go with your Warlord with this axe that have the same strength like the Axe of Khorne, so it's quite killing one. You fight, and then when they kill your Warlord, you give the Warlord point, then you put a Bloodthirster. If you are in the last turns, most likely this Bloodthirster will not die, because you also can take the vulnerable save against these wounds. So I think it's a very, very interesting how it's called, artifacts of slaughter, that are the relics. The other artifact that I found very interesting is how it's called here, the Bloodforged Armor. The Bloodforged Armor is a 3+ armor save that gives Eternal Warrior. It costs 50 points, so it's very expensive, but I think it's very good for your Demon Prince. That is going to be my next thing. So here what I see is you also can put your Warlord on Juggernaut. He's going to be a killing beast if you want. He can be a killing beast if you want. I think you have to make him to be a killing beast and put him in a unit to protect him and to deliver him into combat. So you can put him a weapons AP2. The only thing is to add him a save 4+ is going to be quite expensive, and you don't have better save than 4+. That is a Sigil of Corruption, 25 points. Is what I say. 70 plus 25, you go to 100 points, and then all the weapons you will reach is usually 150 points. The next HQ choice we have is the Demon Prince. Demon Prince is HQ. I didn't find any way to move him to heavy support, and I guess because of the nature of this book, you don't want to do it. So it's like the Demon Prince, and all the profiles are the same like the original book. So this is like the Chaos Lord in the Codex of Chaos Space Marines, and this is like the Demon Prince. Can have As usual, Warforged armor, 20 points, and can use demonic and can have demonic flight. I think you want to keep him with the blood thing, the blood armor, that give him Eternal Warrior, and maybe with that is good enough. Unless you want to give him a blade to have decapitating blow, but I don't think you cannot give him. You can give him Gift of Khorne and only Artifacts of Slaughter. So if you give him the Bloodforged armor, then I don't think you need any other thing. So you will give him 40 points. It's 250 if you want him Eternal Warrior with flying and just having. Of course, it's going to be a close combat and Demon Prince. We have the Herald, and here in that book we cannot take. I haven't seen neither the rule that you can take 4 heralds. The herald can take Gift of Khorne, Loki of Khorne, and Artifacts of Slaughter. Is this if you want a very cheap Warlord or very cheap HQ. And then we have of course Gift of Khorne. I don't know if he can. If you want to take, because the Juggernaut, yeah, the Juggernaut is a Gift of Khorne, so you can put him on a Juggernaut if you want. Juggernaut is giving +1 wound, +1 attack, and +1 toughness, if I'm not wrong. So it's like the Juggernaut in the other books. And you can have also the Chariot of the Bloodthirsters. So as you see, of the Blood Letters, 4 HQs dedicated to close combat. Another HQ dedicated to close combat is the Skull Taker. 100 points. It's not a bad choice. I think it's all are and then we have the 3 new guys. Well, this is the Bloodthirster of we always had, with the Warforged armor, Lash of Khorne, and Axe of Khorne. So he has, of course, the Decapitating Blow. Then we have the Bloodthirster of the Insensate Rage, and the weapon of he has is the Great Axe of Khorne, and I think here is good to dedicate sometimes. Of course, all of them have the Warforged armor. So if we go again to the 140, well, we have all the melee weapons. The Great of Khorne is a D weapon, AP2, melee and colossal. Colossal means that a model with this weapon piles in and fights at initiative step 1. So you lose your initiative 9, that is a pity, but you have a demon that have D strength, okay, with 6 attacks, and can be your Warlord. So it's 275 points. So this, I think all of them are very scary in close combat, but they suffer from being a flyer monstrous creature, close combat flyer monstrous creature. So you need to be 1 turn on ground to be able to charge. And then we have the last one that is costing 300 points. He has the Axe of Khorne. So all of them with 6 kill anything, have causing instant death, because the D weapon with the strength, if you have a 6, also you kill what you have in front without. So he can be quite scary, but you have to survive because you're going to be the last one. And this one have the Hellfire, the Bloodfell, and the Axe of Khorne. So we go again 112 and 113. So 112 we have the Bloodflail, can be used in close combat as a specialist weapon, so you have +1 attack because you have 2 weapons, or can be used in shooting. It's range 12, strength 7, AP2, assault is 3. And also have the Hellfire. The Hellfire is a template. Okay, is a heavy flamer with Soul Blaze. So they are quite scaring, but they cost a lot of points. So, but I think they are awesome miniatures, and I think they are nice to put on the battlefield. And we go to troops, and in troops here, interesting thing first to remark: all the units start with 8 guides. Cultists, 58 points. Of course, more expensive than the ones in the Chaos Space Marines, because you have the Khorne mark, the mark of Khorne. But they have 7 Chaos Cultists plus the champion. Always 8 members in the unit, and you can always increase them up to 20. This can be increased up to 27 additional cultists. So you can go to 35 cultists in the unit. So same, nothing different from the basic cultists. They have Mark of Khorne, and if you see, they have blood for the blood god, and they have skulls for the skulls one. So you launch this unit, you issue a challenge. If this guy is killed, you gain one teeth. If he refuses the challenge, you take one character of enemy character out of the combat, and then if you are slain, you also win another blood teeth. So it's a very easy way to. I think they are made to give you points to summon the biggest creatures. We have the Chaos Space Marines, also Mark of Khorne mandatory there. Same, they are the same as in the basic book, and I don't think they have Fearless, unless the Mark of Khorne is giving them Fearless. I don't think so. They don't have Fearless, so they have the same issue as they have. Let me check. Mark of Khorne is page 110, but I don't think Mark of Khorne is giving Rage and Counterattack special rule, so they don't give Fearless. So yeah, that's all. So Chaos Space Marines with Mark of Khorne, with all the equipment. I will not. It's not what I will add. I will add, if I want a cheap option, I want Chaos Cultists. If I want Chaos Space Marines, I will use Berserkers. And here we have the Berserkers, also unit of 8, 162 points for unit of 8. Same Berserkers that we have on the Chaos Space Marine book. So with always the new rules that has blood for the blood god and the skulls for the skull for the character. So yeah, and I think this, and then we have the blood letters, also interesting unit of 8, 80 points. So if you want cheap options, Cultists of Chaos, blood letters. If you want something more crushing in close combat, let's go for Berserkers. And they have more, a little bit more resilient. I think they have to be oriented in close combat. I will not use these units. I will not even use the Chaos Space Marines to have some long distance support. So I will use always them equipped to go to close combat. And then we go to elites, and the elites we have the Possessed. They have the same rules with the Mark of Khorne from the I will say, I will not repeat this more, because they always have the rules from the book they come from. So, but I think they are combining very well with the philosophy of this army. And if you want to take the special formation, you need to take one of these units. 150 points if you don't add anything. We have the Chaos Terminators. Basic number 3. Here the number is not 8 anymore. This was the basic number is 5. Here we have the Chaos Terminators 3, and with exactly the same options that in the ones in the Chaos Space Marines army. Then we have the Block Crushers in the elite choices. This can give you some support, and I think this can be interesting to have some anti-vehicle shooting, maybe some melters, because you don't want to get stuck with the enemy vehicles if you want to use them. And I think they can have, if I'm not wrong, they should, I'm looking now for the transport options. Yeah, they can take a Land Rider as a dedicated transport. I don't know if this unit can take a Rhino. So they can take also and this unit can take Rhino. They cannot take Land Rider. So the only one that can take Land Riders, as usual, are the Chaos Terminators. So I think if you want something that have a lot of punch, Terminators can be good. Yeah, I think the philosophy of the Chaos of these armies try to have some elite units to go in close combat and some cheap units to hold objectives. I think is how I see. Block Crushers, same as we have, 135 points, 3 Block Crushers, and you can increase the numbers. You can increase 6 more. Then we have the Chaos Spawn. This is a very interesting option, very cheap, 32 points. Is a quite interesting option for because they don't have any rule that they say that they cannot capture objectives, so they can be very cheap if you want to use it to capture objectives or to do other type of stuff. We have the Chaos Rhino, 35 points, while the vehicles are the ones that don't have this. Yeah, they have also blood for the blood god, so they also, if they kill a Rhino, you win 1 blood teeth. So this is very interesting to know. So the vehicles also have the same blood for the blood god rule. We have Chaos Bikers. I will not go more in detail. If you want to know more, it's the same. They are the same as in the basic book, where they come from. Unit of 3. Good, a lot of mobility, but yeah, you can. The point of always my drawback on the Chaos Bikes is that they're not enough. I think don't have enough punching in close combat. I like more to use them as a supporting by shooting. These ones I like a lot when I use them. The Flesh Hounds. So you have the Flesh Hounds here. Of course, you don't have all the boosting from the other and from the psychic powers because you don't have psychers anymore. Interesting to see that they changed the bases. I have them with the all bases. You see here, they are using now the round bases as I think these are the biggest ones from the Terminators. So yeah, I have them with the all ones. We have Raptors and Warp Talons. Yeah, I think if I go for some, I think for me in the fast attack, what is most interesting is the Flesh Hounds and the Spawn. The bikes can be also quite interesting. I'm not very fan of Raptors and Warp Talons, but if you want to use them, this can be also good options to hand vehicles. You put here 2 multi-melta, and yeah, this can be your tactical. The point is, if you use them for shooting, you're losing the advantage of being Mark of Khorne. But you will need some shooting somewhere, so I guess. The Helldrake, also in the fast attack, very interesting. I think this is going to add you more punch. It's good to have a flyer supporting you. And then on heavy support we start with the Land Rider. This is the way to deliver your units. Maybe you want to have 1 or 2 to deliver your units easily. We have the Forge Fen. This can be a very nice supporting power. I think this is if you want some shooting, this is one of the good ways to go, but it's 180 points. All of them have blood for the blood god, a special rule. And they are Demon of Khorne. We have the Mauler Fane, and here is for me the interesting thing is to be able to have the Songbinder and the Defiler. I think I love to have the Songbinder here. They add a lot to this type of army. They have a good shooting and is quite scary in close combat. So for me in the heavy support choices, one that I like the most is the Soulbinder. 135 points for a Dreadnought that have armor 13, have invulnerable save because there is Demon of Khorne, and have a good capacity to shooting and good close combat capacity. I think it's nice to have. It's very nice to have. The Maulfane is not a bad choice, neither 130 points. So here you have all these weird machines from the Chaos that are available for Khorne. And then finally we have the Hellbrute. Yeah, the Hellbrute have moved from elite to heavy support. For me, make changes. We have all these type of machines in heavy support. We have the Skull Cannon. Okay. And we finalize with a Lord of War. That is the Lord of Skulls. 888 points, but 9 hull points with armor 13. So yeah, I think the units we have here are very fluffy. The only thing I was missing was the Chosen. Why they are not chosen? Maybe because they consider that all the elite goes to Berserkers. So this is the only take that I have here. But I think they create a very nice combination of units, very interesting, and I'm looking forward to field Battleforge army of Khorne, because I have miniatures to do a very nice army with them. And then we have the Slaughter Cult. This is the one that, if you remember, if you take if you want to use the special formation from Khorne, it's made of sub-detachments. So now we are going to go through the different formations that will compose the detachment. This is the one that is mandatory, the Slaughter Cult. It gives the same data as the basic formation, but on top of that, so they give, if you only take this formation and you have the Warlord, then you can roll on the Khorne. You have the blood sacrifice. If a unit with the Chaos Cultist from this formation fails the morale check, you can decide to kill the unit and then by killing the unit you grab one blood teeth point, and then Bone of Khorne. Each time you spend one or more blood teeth points, choose a second result from the blood table in page 111 that has lower value than the first. This second result applies cannot. So imagine that you are accumulating points, okay, and when you're accumulating points and you now say, okay, now I'm going to use the Dark Apotheosis. I'm going to transform one of my characters into Demon Prince. So you can use that, and because you have this formation, automatically you can use one of the options below, the one that you want, except the ones that are summoning. So you cannot summon more demons. So you can use the Apocalyptic Fury to give +1 attack. You can give Feel No Pain. You can give Furious Charge and Rage, or you can give Adamantium Will. So very interesting, especially with the ability to remove from game Chaos Cultists that are running away, and by this generating more blood teeth. Because on top of that, if you are playing with the basic formation you will generate more blood of teeth automatically each turn. So it's a nice way to start making a lot of points to be able to summon more demons. We have the Brazen Onslaught. It's composed by Terminators and Blood Crushers, as you see here. 1 to 4 Terminators, 2 to 4 units of Blood Crushers. At the start of each fight phase, check to see if any units from this formation are involved in combat that contain more enemy models. Okay, if a unit from this formation is outnumbered, all models in that unit add +1 to their attack. So it's like a little bit of a small rampage. So if you are outnumbered, you will have more attacks. And normally, I expect Terminators and Blood Crushers to be outnumbered when they fight, unless you go for a big monsters. We have then the Flying Formation. It's composed by 2 to 4 Raptors, 1 to 4 Warp Talons, and 0 to 1 Helldrake. Units from this formation add +1 to the strength of the Hammer of Wrath and Vector Strike. We have the Gore Pack. It's composed by Bikers and Fleshhounds, 2 to 4 Bikers, 1 to 4 Fleshhounds. They have Move Through Cover special rule, very interesting. Preferred Enemy Psychers. And then they have Run Them to Ground. This Fleshhound unit in this formation have Hammer of Wrath special rule, and Chaos Bikers in this formation have a Red special rule when resolving Hammer of Wrath. So they are improving your Hammer of Wrath in both of these formations. Plus, here you have Perfect Enemy Psychers and Move Through Cover, that for Bikers is very interesting. For Beast is not adding anything. I think it's more for the Bikers. The Carnal Cohort. This is one of the big ones. You need a 1 HQ choosing from the following: Demon Prince, Herald, Bloodthorn, or Skulltaker. Then you need 2 to 8 Bloodletters, 1 to 4 Fleshhounds, 1 to 4 Blood Crushers, and 0 to 4 Skull Cannons. So they have counterattack by having this. These are demons. Remember, demons don't have counterattack because the counterattack if you get into the guys with the Mark of Khorne. They have the Chosen of Khorne rule, that is, if in this formation is your primary, so you can reroll, so you can take this as your primary detachment, and you have enough units to make just a single detachment from here. The Lord of the Blood Host is the formation HQ's unit is in Deep Strike. You can choose to reroll the reserve rolls for that unit. Other units from this formation arriving from Deep Strike Reserve do not scatter as long as the first model is placed within 6 inches from. So he can be used. So you can reroll him from reserve, and on top of that, he works as an icon of chaos, so to avoid that the other units scatter. And enemy units have a penalty of -2 to leadership when they do fear test. I don't think the last one is very good. Fear test is quite a gimmick rule. And that's all. So I don't think I will go more in detail. So we have a lot of the weapons, and I think I will not go in detail in all the weapons. Of course, the formation for the war machines don't give any additional benefit, because you only have to take one of the war machines. So overall, very happy with this codex. I'm very happy first that it's a complete codex. It's not a child codex. So you have all the rules. You don't need to go for any other codex. Here you have all the rules you need. It's very complete codex, so it can work alone, and I think can be quite very nice to use. Let's see in the battlefield. Of course, it's a close combat oriented codex, cannot be in any other way when you talk about Khorne. If you don't want to go close combat, don't go to Khorne. This will be my take. And it's a lot of carnage, a lot of rules to so how it's called, to encourage the death. It's a lot of rules to encourage the carnage, to encourage that you lose and the enemy loses any units. So I expect that if you play well this codex, at the end will be a lot of units missing from both sides of on the battlefield. So very interesting. I like a lot, and I'm looking forward to see more of this for the other chaos gods. I think it's a very nice way to reshuffle the units. It's giving a lot of fluff. I'm very pleased of this codex. I'm very happy, and really I'm looking forward to field and to increase my devotion to the god of the blood, blood for the blood god. Thanks a lot for watching. Please leave your comment. If you want to know any other detail, let me know. I can go through more detail if you want interested in any of the units in this codex. So I just want to thank you to watch this video. Sorry if I have been a little bit long, but I wanted to cover and go through the different units in this book, and I think was quite fast, but as well quite interesting. So thanks a lot for watching this video, and see you again later. Bye.